It might be time to pivot. My name is Werner Puchert, and this is Finding Frequency. Pivot. What a strange word. Now, what that means in my world of design and experience is that once you move in a certain direction and you see things aren't going entirely to plan or it's not working at all, you have to do a pivot. That means you have to change your momentum and go into a different direction, because potentially that new direction will bring you to the objectives and goals that you want to achieve.
My name is Marie-France. I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I'm an event designer and planner for the university. I'm also a co-founder and creator of an industry event that spans three major cities in the country, as well as just recently co-creating a new podcast which explores the minds of those who defy the status quo, called the Illuminate Project. So I met Werner in November 2019 at the Event Design Collective Mastermind session in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And actually I had the opportunity to help Werner with a special project of documenting the whole experience, in addition to being part of it, which was very it was life-changing and rewarding to be around like-minded people who have so much passion about creating and designing and really wanting to change people's experiences through events and through experiences that we design together. So it started off very well, and now he's asked me to do this. What I've learned since COVID-19 hit us globally, and we've had to self-shelter at home and really take a step back from any sort of normalcy that any normal we used to have in our communities, globally and nationally and locally. One of the things I really learned, some things that were really drawn out of me, is just patience and compassion. It's really challenging to have to say goodbye and turn the page on a whole chapter of everything that we once knew. And I realized that we're all going through the same thing, this global pandemic. We all have very different circumstances and have had to embark on this journey, in many ways, solo journeys, to get through it. And, some people have compared it to the 7 stages of grief, which I can certainly attest to. Ups and downs, and sometimes you circle right back to where you were, as we have to come to grips with the fact that life as we know it will never go back. We have to take a step forward, and there's a new chapter. I have to say, for me personally, it really brings me back to my childhood and the way I was raised, because I lived overseas all my life and lived through as an expatriate. And every time I moved around, I had to close that chapter and move on, and I've never gone back. Now this is nothing like that, of course, but it's the same principle. So I feel like I draw on those things, and I'm amazed at how adaptable and resourceful we all are. I've watched our industry, and including myself, just pivot to this new frontier. The events industry was hit especially hard, in as many industries, but when you can't gather, you can't meet, there are no events. So watching my industry just pivot to this virtual format so quickly, and everybody working so hard to help each other and help the industry and find solutions and reimagine what life might be for not only those in the industry, but those who need to meet. So it's quite inspiring. I feel, as much as it was devastating in the beginning to watch my very close colleagues in a lot of ways lose their livelihoods on a temporary basis, it's amazing to see it all turn around and us all looking for solutions collectively. So I'm amazed at how resourceful and adaptable we are on every level. For me personally, I think I've seen this in the last little while. I've sort of been experiencing the opportunities that comes with this change, and it's really helped me to tap into my most creative self. No longer distracted by all the many obligations. Still have some, but not as many. I've been able to tap into my most creative self and really nurture that side of me and come up with new opportunities every day and have small victories every day. It's the small things that count, and never has it been more true than now. You know, we have to stick together and celebrate the small things.
Thanks, Marie-France. And now, how do I connect celebration of small victories with the idea of pivoting? You see, an important thing with pivoting is that you want to maintain the momentum from what you've done before. So really, it's important to look back and identifying the small victories that you've achieved up until this point. So when you see the need to pivot, take into account what you've done before so that you don't lose momentum when you go forward. So take some time, look around you, and celebrate those small victories. Thanks for listening.